This week, David is a pussy hater. Chloe makes the wrong decision, and I get fired because I'm ginger. So, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
You doing a funny intro or are you doing a normal intro?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Dogs are better. See, dogs and cats are on par with me.
I prefer a dog.
I like both. I used to think I was a cat until I was about 6. I thought I was a cat until I was 6 years old. My brothers used to come over to my house.
I used to crawl around the spa.
Did you?
Pretend to be a cat.
I used to be a cat until I was about 6 or 7, and my brother is 10 years older than me, so he was like 17, bringing his mates home, and we'd come through the front door, and apparently I used to like run up like a cat and then purr at them, and then a cat rubs their head and their neck over their legs. Apparently, I used to do that.
The only thing I know is that I used to. My mum's told me that I once crawled around Spa meowing and pretending I'm a cat, and she said I also made my nan make a tail for me as well.
So, that's a great idea. I would have done that. Yeah, that's so good.
So there you go. That's something.
We do have a cat, but we don't want the cat. We didn't choose to have this cat. This cat was supposed to be. I was trying to do my son a favor and take his partner's cat until he could get the cat back, until he was in a better position to get the cat back. But it turns out he's never taken the cat back. So now it's my cat, and I've been trying to give it away. But I don't want to give it to a shelter. I want to give it to her. What?
No, they're always the best pets. The unplanned pets.
Well, I prefer not to have it and have a dog instead, because he's
both.
Get a dog.
He is he is a very dominant cat, and he doesn't get along with others. And if we did get a dog,
does your cat kick the shit out of you? Does it bully you? David, do we need to call someone about your cat? Is that what the crack is? David, are you safe in that house? Right, we should probably introduce ourselves. I think that's what we should do at this point here. Should we introduce ourselves and say hello? And
you might as well just start the show. Have you ever done? Yeah, just start.
Have I done what?
You haven't even started.
I'm about to, but you just interrupted me.
No, you were skipping to the part where we're introducing yourselves.
Well, yes, because I'm about to do the whole hello. This is just another trucking podcast.
You've just gone. I know. David's just going to do half a bit.
Just do it.
I feel under pressure now. I feel like you don't. I'll do it in my own time. Tom. It's all right.
No, you do it in my time.
I believe in you. Okay.
You'll do it. You'll do it on demand. And I demand you to do this. Right. Let's try this. We'll try this intro and we'll try and do it. Hello. This is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I'm your host, Tom. And I'm joined, as always, by my good friends, co-host, and Chloe, who pretended to be a cat, me, who pretended to be a cat, and David, who hates cats. So we'll see how this is going to go this week. Who knows? Who knows where this is going? It's crazy. We're minutes in, and fucking who knows what's going to happen.
It's a good start.
It was your hello. Hello. Welcome.
I feel like because we'd already been talking about something ridiculous, I couldn't just come in with like maximum energy. I had to kind of do a little bit more.
It's like a calm. We've already started this shit, all right?
Exactly, yeah. I think it'd be a bit jarring to be suddenly
It was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but normally the podcast it's got that noise with the intro, and then you go, "Hi, this is the podcast," and
where you blow out the mic.
Wait, did I say your names or not?
I don't know.
Did I say your names?
Sure. I don't think you did.
Hates cats. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. You mentioned our names.
Holy shit! That marks one of the first times in my life I've actually said who's on the show. Although I didn't say who I am. I'm Tom.
You did. You said I'm Tom, who also was a cat.
All good.
You did say you're a cat. Yeah.
Oh.
You've done it. Yeah. You're just
they're already trying
too much and ruining it now.
They're already the people in the Patrons are already trying to come up with an intro of my part.
David's a pussy hater.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Such a name.
David's a pussy hater. I mean, if you're listening to this not live with our Patreons, that isn't as funny as it is now because you know what the intro to the show is. But right now, it's all new to us.
That also would make a great T-shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god!
Don't know. How would you feel about? How would you feel about walking down the street with a T-shirt that reads "I am a pussy hater"? I don't know if that would work out well for you because either way, like feminists are going to come after you, or cat lovers are going to come after you. And let's be honest, they're two of the most passionate people. Apart from V8 owners, they're like the three most passionate people who will come after you.
V8 owners passionate. What, like Scania V8
owners? Yeah, okay.
You've got to have the hat, haven't
throat.
you? I know that bit.
Yeah.
You've got to have the hat. But I don't know why you've got to have a hat in UK because it's not America. Isn't that like an American thing?
I don't know. I've watched a lot of YouTube shorts. Have you watched that guy who's making? I'm sure the company's called Edison. He's making this electric hybrid truck. It's like a small company. Have you seen this?
No.
Maybe.
Okay,
Oh,
he's in. Yeah, do you know who I'm talking about?
No,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh,
I literally said maybe. Let me hear more. You know.
Okay, so it's this electric hybrid truck. He's like, I think he might be Canadian or something like that. And he does logging and heavy haul and stuff like that. And he's making this thing, but he's constantly going on about how curved windows are so bad and how there should all be flat panes because they're easier to repair and all of this. And he seems like the sort of person who's like, the old ways are the best ways. And don't wrong, I agree with him. But yeah, it's a whole... It's really hard to explain if you've not watched this.
It's going to be a really vintage-looking truck that's going to be electric. It's going to look like something out of the 60s.
It looks like an old-school like Kenworth or something like that. I'm sure it's Edison trucks.
And this is not a pickup truck. This is an actual semi-truck.
Oh, yeah. This is a proper little heavy haul thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that he's trying to make it hybrid doesn't mean that he's really into the old school thing. You know, that's actually quite moderate. You know, like, so cool. Good for him. And why did we bring him up again?
Yeah, that's really random.
I don't know. I was trying to see we've kind of gone way off topic.
Something to do with TikTok
immediately. Yeah, TikTok and shit like that. Right? Do we have a topic?
I want to bring up a topic. I brought up to everyone last week what I was going to talk about. This is your first day driving by yourself. Now, most people, when they start off truck driving, they always have somebody in the passenger seat kind of telling them what to do. Make sure you take it wide. See this curb over here, you want to hug that curb when you make this right hand turn or left hand turn or blah blah blah, and all of the above. You know what I mean? But like, you guys remember your first time without anybody supervising you. Maybe there was cameras supervising you or something, but as in like where no one's actually there to hold your hand.
No one's there to bail you out.
There we go. Like even if you're a car driver, and like I remember the very first time I actually drove my own car by myself. I hit a couple of curbs, you know. I didn't take it. I took it too wide, you know, because I don't know, whatever. But it was nice to be able to like just floor
Freedom.
it, just floor it in a straight line, and then slow down when there was a tiny bit of a curb, and then you know, I don't know. It was just but anyway, in my very first time ever driving by myself. And now this is I get the instruction of what I'm supposed to do.
Is this the lorry or this?
This is a semi truck. So I'm already soloed out. Is basically what it means. It means that like I'm now good enough to drive a truck by myself. And it's not just the driving of the truck; it's the understanding of the load. Because meaning we get a dispatch, and there's the dispatch number, the pickup time, the pickup date. You gotta make sure all this is correct too. Because before my trainer, he would be like, he'd confirm with everything. I'd make a mistake. No, remember now we're doing this and this and that. And so it was very nerve wracking, you know. So I was only picking up, it was probably only 5 miles away. All right. Now there's these two freeways and they kind of run parallel to each other. But I didn't know I needed to get over to the further freeway, and I didn't know a safe route to get there. But I knew if I go 30 miles north, and I can cut over to a different freeway and then head over. I was just always paranoid I was going to go down a road that would be where there's a low bridge, or I wasn't allowed.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? Again, I just want to make it to the customer safe. I know all freeways are good. There's you know, so all the freeways are good. So I go north 30 miles, and then I head over on the other freeway and then down. All right. So I'm like already going like 70 miles out of my way. All right.
Yeah, but you know you're
Fucking
safe,
hell.
and you sometimes
But-
you're quicker.
But the thing is, it was stop and go traffic for most of that.
Oh, fuck,
Oh my
maybe not.
God.
Oh, you really fucked up.
And I get to the, like, not just alone on that part. Like, you guys may have recalled our gear system in our trucks. They're non-synchroned, which means the RPMs have to
Oh
match,
my
and you can't put your
God.
clutch
Oh, yeah,
all the way
I've
down.
seen
So
that,
basically,
yeah.
so at one point I couldn't get into gear. I'm going around the bend when I was switching freeways, and all of a sudden I miss gear because I'm going up a hill and I slow down too much, and then I'm like won't go into gear, and eventually I had to pull over onto the shoulder because I couldn't get it into gear, and that was my very first lesson of like, you never have your clutch all the way down to the ground when the truck is moving, because that means that the clutch isn't spinning anymore, and because the gears are spinning, it won't go into gear. That's just one of those things that you'd always know if you're ever driving one of those kind of transmissions. The
I've
clutch
never
No,
done
that's
anything
different.
like that.
the
No,
clutch
that's different.
never goes all the way down to the ground, because basically you're initiating the clutch brake. Anyway, so I messed up there, but
Nope.
again, I never made
You
that
don't have
mistake
that.
after that. All right, because that was because I basically, as soon as I was when I tried put into gear, I lifted my leg up and went like, oh, for fuck's sake, David, for crying out loud. Oh, okay, well, never made that mistake again. But again, I carried on. It was kind of slow traffic anyway, so whatever. Made it to the customer 3 hours late, because I thought that because it was a Friday, it was around 3 p.m. and so made it to the customer, and I finally get to them. They tell me, all right, back up in there. Well, like, why are you so late? Like, you're only like whatever 5-10 miles away. Like, turns out there was a highway that I could have just crossed over on. There's actually
God.
there was multiple ways for me to get there. By the way, I just
It
didn't
just felt
see.
the safest way.
I
Yeah.
didn't. First of all, you get a thing called a pre-plan. All right, basically, it's kind of like, can you do it? All right, this is the load. This is where it's picking up. So, and then you got to confirm that. See, I never confirmed it, and so I just presumed it's on me. All right. So again, when you do confirm it, you're supposed, and then you'll get the maps, you'll get the directions and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't. It would, if I did send that information, I'd know exactly what highways to take.
It would have been.
Anyway,
Yeah.
no, again, this is pre-GPS, by the way. All right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
it's a learning curve, though.
it was.
Isn't
It
the
was
way
very
to learn
stressful.
is by doing.
What sucks too about that is, like, I didn't get paid for any of that. I got paid because of all those hours. Because you get paid per mile. All right.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. So I get to the customer, they load me up, and that's all work, because I was fine with the backing up and all that. So you're not going to hear, but I had to make the delivery the next morning or 2 days later or something like that. But I thought I wanted to find the place first. So it's like 2:00 in the morning, and I find the customer. I just figured I'll just park somewhere nearby. Of course, I drive into the driveway, and like the gates are closed, and like, oh shit, how am I going to back out of here? And like, it was just like, lucky enough, I figured it out. It was a good learning lesson on that one, but I didn't have any. I could have been. I was patient, but I did back up
It's
into a truck
challenging
stop.
when you first did it.
And I got lost. Actually, before that, I wrote the directions down wrong. That's right. I knew there was something more to this. I took a right when I was supposed to take a left, and I'm going through neighborhoods. All right, I'm going through.
a right when you take a left.
Oh, I wrote
Like,
the
if
directions
you take
down
like
wrong.
an early right or something, that would make total sense. Or
Well, it was a T junction or whatever, right?
Oh,
Not a T
okay.
junction, or it was a junction across whatever. I ended up making I made a right when I should have made a left, and I'm going through neighborhoods with a 53-foot trailer. All right, now our trailers we're basically 22.5 meters long, while you guys are 18.5.
Just
All
quick on that note, just on that. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
when you're going through somewhere and people give you that
dirty
look?
looks. Yeah.
Do you know that look? And the one
It was
where
2
you look
o'clock.
at them and
It was 2:00 in the morning.
all right,
There was
like,
I was.
They were pretty sat in
but
bed
if it was
going, "That
daytime,
fucking truck
you would have
driver."
definitely had that
Yeah.
look.
I
of
wouldn't
like,
have been able to
Yeah.
get. I wouldn't have been able to make it through the neighborhood. I honestly, God, that neighborhood was not for trucks. No neighborhood really is meant for trucks. So when I'm taking these corners at nighttime, I'm like, I'm hoping I'm not hitting anything. There was no guarantee I wasn't going to, because this is my first time driving. a big rig by myself, and like I don't know. It was eventually I looked at the directions and like, okay. Again, remember, I had no GPS, so when you're in a neighborhood, now you got to figure out how to get out. So eventually I got out. The amount of miles that I went over, that I was way over my hours too, by the way, at this point. Like but we did paper logs, so there was no actual electronics keeping track of me or any of that kind of stuff, so you're able to do that, yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. I don't think I hit anything, but I did manage to get eventually back to a truck stop where there was one space left, and it looked like the most difficult space in the world, because there's a reason why there's only one space left there, because nobody wants to attempt it.
No one wants to go for it yet.
But you know what? I'm sorry.
We'll leave that for learners. It'll be all right.
I did it. I backed it in. I backed it in only one shot. I was very proud of myself in that one. It's like, okay, this is my bragging moment of that one. You know what I mean? So I did get lucky with the whole backing learning. I was actually pretty good at that straight off the bat. But
I distinctly remember my first I was trying to think about this, like when you first mentioned this topic, and I was trying to think of like my first trip, which it was fairly uneventful. I got there without problem. I had sat nav for the entire time, even my Travis Perkins one. But I distinctly remember my first reverse in an Arctic. And I remember saying to the guy, I've never actually reversed a truck before, so you'll have to bear with me. And then it was quite a complicated one where it's kind of like go around, and it wasn't like because it was a scrapyard or like somewhere where there's waste. Yeah. Like whereas like if you've got like a wall, you've got like a solid thing to kind of say, oh, that at this point, that's where my pivot point is going to be. That's where I'm going to be turning. It's where I'm going to be doing that. Whereas you don't really do any of that. Someone just said, how the hell do you pass? Obviously, you do your left-right thing, but that's bollocks, is that?
Yeah, I mean, another thing, did I have a map? I had a map, but I didn't have a map of the neighborhoods. I had the map of the main road.
Why? Because why would you?
Yeah, like to have a map of every single road in the entire United States. That is a library full of bloody maps.
Yeah. Spend more time finding
you
the
ain't
right
no
road.
Google. But, well, when I was reversing this truck, I distinctly remember thinking, oh, it is really like Euro Truck Simulator, because that's what I've been practicing to make sure. And I remember this thing of like going, wow, it turns exactly like it does on the game.
Yeah.
But like obviously you do like the little left
learned.
right where you have to kind of basically like shunt it across.
Yeah.
But that's bollocks. It doesn't fucking teach you anything, that. It doesn't teach you all that stuff.
It's you basically when you're doing your test that it just tells you to look for a point. So you got little markers. Look for that point, then you turn the rest of the way and blah blah blah. That's all it's doing. But all I remember is I remember being excited when I passed my car. You said about that, David.
Mm-hmm.
My excitement was yes, I can go out. And I drove to my mates where I used to live. So I knew like little back roads from when I was going out with my parents and that.
Yeah.
Of course, on the way home, I forgot that I'm still scared of the dark and I don't like woods.
We're in a car.
So I ended up in a car driving through these scary little lanes that I was terrified of, thinking, I'm a beginner. I can't drive like a maniac. And then I'm shitting myself in my little car. It's just brought up a memory.
Were you crying? I'm sorry.
I'm literally brand new driver in this little car. It was a little Ford KA driving through these little lanes where I'm pretty sure there was doggers and all sorts going on. And I'm going, oh my God, this is terrifying. And then you start thinking of like hostage films.
What's wrong with
and like
doggers?
horror films.
What
All
is a
right,
dogger?
I'm just saying
What's a dogger?
that sort of... No. I'm just saying that sort of area. Okay, Tom?
Yes, but doggers aren't scary.
Well,
Right,
they
well,
are.
let's
If I'm
not-
on my own, it's
No,
terrifying.
let's not insult one of our first hosts.
Yeah, that's fine.
right. Okay. That's oh, it's the doggers. They're the guys who are looking
Chris.
in the vehicles. Or are they the guys in the
it's the
vehicle?
whole. I don't know. I think it's the whole
I
thing.
was
Is it?
painting a fucking picture.
Okay,
It
well,
was a
you've painted a
wooded,
picture with doggers.
dark
Okay.
area. Okay, it was a wooded, dark area.
That's all I'm seeing is doggers right now.
And then, like, so I'm there panicking, and obviously I can't drive like a maniac because then you're thinking of all these horror films, and then what if I crash and then someone comes and attacks me, or like a zombie comes out of the wood, and then I'm panicking in this car. And anyway, that was my first experience of the car on my own. That was just
Manual or automatic?
And it was an auto. That's fine. It's just an auto. It was a little KA. It was a tiny little thing, and Yeah, that was that. But the one thing I remember when passing my HGV was just the excitement of being out on the road and thinking, "Holy fuck, I'm doing!" Like my thing was just like, "Fuck me, this is my life."
Did you jump
now.
straight
This is me.
to Skips?
I went straight to Skips. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was just, and then like the first time going out in the Arctic on my own when I was allowed to do that, and it was just like, oh, I don't really want to, but okay, if I've got to. And then you get in it and you're like, holy shit, this is fun. Look at all these little people below me. This is amazing. I can see over
I
you.
will say that,
And it's
that,
just
that
such
kind
a
of,
good feeling.
That feeling is amazing.
Yeah.
When you're kind of looking do you know that first time that you looked down on someone, you kind of had your arm on the rest beside you, kind of looked down, and then the person in the car looked up at you, and they're having to kind of look like that, and you're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm fucking, man, I'm king of the road right now. What up?
What up, dickhead?
I remember, you do see a lot of legs with no bodies attached to them. You know, this is where my wife, can you kind of not listen to this part right now? But no, it was just like because you can't see the actual. You know, it was just funny. I was like, one time I did get caught looking down at a girl, and but it was the girl behind her. So I kind of look over my shoulder, and I just see her going naughty. Yeah, I'm like, oh, she's laughing away. I can kind of see her in the small convex mirror. I'm like, she's fucking still laughing at me.
Maybe she's just said that she wants a divorce in chat.
That's fine.
I remember looking in and seeing this lash with really nice legs. I looked down. Obviously, you look down, and as I was kind of like looking, she moved over and put her head against the window, and it was a guy, and I was like, wow. My friend, holy shit, son! I mean, I'm not even mad when you've got legs like that. Fair enough to you.
Do you remember when I told you the first time I ever got flashed? It was by a guy mooning me from the back seat of a pickup truck. Yeah, he was driving by, and they beeped the horn and all this. I looked to my left, and there's just a guy's arse just right there, just sticking his head out. That was the only time I've ever gotten flashed. I've never gotten flashed other than that. But I'm sure I've heard a million different stories from other guys in America where they got flashed a lot. But again,
I think we've talked about it on the podcast before, haven't we? Tom, you had a interesting...
I've never seen a dick on the road, which I am honestly shocked about, because I thought,
how have you never seen a dick? There's loads of dickhead drivers.
No, as in like something like a guy masturbating dick, or something like that. I that's what I kind of expected I'd see. Like the fact that I'd seen a lass like that blew me away a little bit. Like,
why are you expecting to see a man masturbating?
I don't know. I'm not saying I was hoping for that. I'm just saying that's what I expected. I don't know, guy.
That's how
let's
it
be honest.
sounded.
Guys are
I can't wait to pass my license. Then I can watch all these
who knows what I'll see.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wish I couldn't. I wish I didn't have a vivid image of this guy doing it next to me. He did it. I didn't see his junk or anything. He had his hand down his pants, and then he leant over, because he's in the driver's seat. And he leant over and kind of looked up and smiled at me while he was like, had his hand in my pants, and his pants, and it was just like, you fucking
in your
prick.
pants.
Yeah, it was just disgusting. It was just, yeah. I wish I could forget that. I wish that wasn't a fucking core memory.
Why are all the bad ones the core memories?
I don't know, right?
My only kind of core memory like that was that the public toilet near like South London,
I remember you telling me this.
Godstone, where the guy came in beside me at the urinal and like just stared at my cock.
That's right.
And this was like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I looked at him like, I can't.
Well, it is an eye level for him. You know what I mean?
I think I might have said something like, "Really, dude? It's 4 o'clock in the morning," or something like that. I was like, I can't remember what I was like. I was like, what is going on? Because the thing is, he was sat in his car waiting for a truck driver to get in there. I mean, surely it's easier to go on Pornhub. Surely, I mean,
it's not the same thrill, obviously.
But I mean, what can you get from that? I don't know. I mean, I guess there's flashes and stuff like that. You get a kick from like flashing. I don't really know. It's kinks are weird, aren't they? I'm not sure. Listen, I'm not kink shaming, but don't include me in it if I'm not into it. Don't include me in it.
Well, dogging wouldn't be a thing if everybody just went to Pornhub. You know, I mean, if that's what obviously
right,
they
okay.
do it for.
Let me go do some wild here, because let me defend dogging here. I've never been dogging. I'd like to say I've never
Chris
been dogging,
has.
but
Chris explained a nice
Chris
story.
has.
Yeah.
But in
I can't believe
fairness,
he has. That's so funny.
like in fairness, I don't really get with dogging. I don't really get how it's so like bad if they're doing it in semi-private. They're going somewhere private, aren't they, to go and do it?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
like,
how is it? It's not really semi-private though. It's pretty obvious. They all know where the spot is, and they all flash each other.
well, yeah,
And
I know,
there's
but
like hotspots for it, so they're not private. It's like they're going, hey,
yeah,
you know where we go.
I understand that, but I think there is like because they tend to do it in wooded areas, don't they? In places where like at 10 o'clock at night, you're not expecting.
You seem to
see
know a lot about this, Tom.
Well, to be honest with you, do you know what
To
the
be
really
honest
bad
with me.
part is? Do you know the bad part is? Do you know what my knowledge of dogging is? It's off that Top Gear episode where they were flashing the lights.
Oh yeah.
That's where- there's a Top Gear episode where like they make a joke of it. That was my first I was like, oh right, this is apparently the thing that people do.
So Trucker Joe had said in his old in the old mod car days, he used to go wind up doggers, just turn up and in a very quiet wood and just turn our car system up. See, I used to go when you're younger, and then like one of your friends get this first license, and they're like, "Oh, let's go up to the spot," and we'd go up to this car park, and then you'd just annoy them and flash at them. And then you'd get some weirdos start walking over you, and you all sat there going, "Oh my god, drive away!" And you're panicking.
Oh my god, that's so. That's
my only knowledge of it.
I know this happens in England, and I've never heard of it actually happening in America. But maybe I'm sure it does. But the first time I ever heard of dogging was, there's this TV show called White Gold. It's got the lads from the In-Betweeners in it. It's basically where they're selling double pane windows. It's like it's set in the 80s. It's kind of a bit of a nostalgic thing, but I don't know. They did it there.
I've not seen that. No.
But it's on Netflix. But it's anyway. I've never heard of it. I couldn't even remember what it was called. Every time you bring it up, I keep on like, what the fuck is that again? But anyway, now we do have a special guest on currently right now. We have Jama, and he will be joining us. And I'm just kind of curious before we go to what we're going to be talking about with him. Your very first day, Jama, as a truck driver, with nobody actually supervising you, how was that for you?
Scary, really, really scary.
Yeah. What was what was it like? Can you give us a
David,
picture?
You sound really like professional. Then you sound like a.
Well, you're ruining the whole professionalism right now.
I just said that like, oh my god, this is
just to part the curtain. So Jama's just finished recording his podcast, and the intention was that he was coming in for a segment later on. So David's coming in like with his professional energy, and Jama's got his like he's still got his mental how do you explain your podcast?
Yeah,
like kind of your like your mental health podcast. So he's still got his like proper like
Mate,
really calm,
literally
sort of
serious
like
brain
super
on, yeah.
soft voice.
I was like still got notes from what had gone on that
even
podcast.
wrapped
Wait,
up in like
wait. Back the fuck up here a second. Back the fuck up. Hold that paper back up again, right? So this is notes from your podcast.
Yeah, just so when the guest talks, I will let him just talk, and then I will make notes of what he said.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can see like some like really hard hitting stuff. Divorced, lost everything, someone died. Why is the first thing listed on that note and it just says why elephants? That's the first thing that's written on that list. Anyone else noticed that?
We're going to have to find out at his newest podcast now, won't we?
Stop. Everything else is stopping. All we're delving into is why there is a note on the top of there that says why elephants.
white elephant.
No, why elephants? Right.
Is it wild or white?
Why? Right, hold the paper back up again. So for them people who are just listening in a truck,
This is such a
he's got
serious
this piece of
topic, too.
paper, and like it's white elephants, and it's
move it over.
driven like
It
a
says
little
why, isn't
symbol.
it? Question
Oh, it does say why. Okay.
And
This could really be a serious thing, by the way, and you're mocking it now, Tom.
This could be like, this is how
Oh,
this guy's
there's the
dad has
bottom
died.
bit.
He got trampled to death by an elephant. Oh, why? Oh, no, why she died? Oh, God, someone died from an elephant.
You're the worst, Tom. You're the absolute worst.
No one died of an elephant. No one died of an elephant. But I thought I'd hide that bit back just to catch you out with that one. No, so this is... I wasn't actually looking at the screen when I was writing down because I'm trying to keep eye contact and listen to what's being said. So I'm writing. So the writing looks really scruffy, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But no, what it was. So I had a guest on who's Dr. Michael Brown. He's in New Zealand, so he's actually in the future. It was for him. It's tomorrow morning. He's in Saturday, and I'm in Friday, so it never happened.
This
Really.
has fucking broken me.
One sec. Let me take my gown off.
Right.
Get my old...
There's so much going on right now, and I don't know what's happening.
So, you know how you get this thing called an elephant in the room? Nobody ever wants to speak about it. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He likes to speak about it. He wants to bring out those problems. So it is actually a serious podcast that he was speaking about.
Honestly.
So, yeah.
I am devastated that this is not about an actual elephant.
No, it's not.
I am
It's actually called 13 elephants. 13, because everything happened when he was 13 and on the 13 numbers. But he dealt with a lot of... I don't want to
It
say it on here
sounds
because it's
really-
quite...
Yeah.
It's quite sad.
Yeah. Well, it ruins the
Go to your
comedy
podcast,
aesthetic of it.
maybe, yeah.
Although,
Right.
Tom,
If
you do
wanna-
look like you're hunting elephants in that bush there. And Chloe, you need to stop being in lay-bys, having wheeze. It's just going too far now, mate, honestly.
I wasn't having a wee in a labour.
It was,
Oh
it
yeah,
was-
this is how I
it
got
was zombie
arrested last
doggers.
weekend. It was.
I know he was in my
doggers.
basement last weekend.
Oh my
So
god.
Okay.
I was.
So now
Actually
that
in
we've
tears.
completely derailed everything.
So I was asking you, what was your day like the very first time you drove a truck by yourself
Well,
without any
David's just been
supervision?
sat there like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
So the very first day, I'll be honest with you. Chloe, look, be professional, right?
Oh fucking hell, I am Jammer. Jeez, I
You
only
are?
one weekend.
That's you being professional.
She's wearing a top. I like the top, by the way. I love that.
Very much.
We can get that on salmonslap.com. Anybody listening, go and grab yours today.
Oh, thanks, Jammer. We should have
Nice
Jammer
one.
more on.
Nice
Well,
one.
It is .com, innit? Not .co.uk.
It might be
Yeah, it's .com.
I don't know.
Either way,
Don't
go
know.
check the website for all the details, terms and conditions.
There is no terms and conditions. Fuck it.
Wait, we have terms and conditions.
But no, on a
Perfect.
serious note, no. First day going out on my own, I'll be honest with you, they took me to a place called Walls and Floors, Kettering out to go, and you literally have to jackknife it round. And you've got
Oh
trucks
fucking
everywhere.
hell! Not on your first one.
On my first day, honestly, my first day, and you have to, if you could bring Walls and Floors, but you can't, can you do that on here? Bring the screen up, show a map of Walls and Floors? I'll be able to
No,
show you what
it's,
it looks like.
it's
Basically, you have to do a jackknife round, facing as if you're heading back out, and then reverse it underneath the hangar.
that's,
Oh,
And
God.
then you had to get the other trailer next to it. But on that, I cheated basically. I used the shunt
Would
mode
this be a
just to
good
put it out.
level for David's game?
100%.
right. Very
100%
good.
be
Yeah.
a great level, yeah. Especially when you got all the trucks all lined up. But there was one trick that a driver told me. If your wing mirror doesn't touch the truck, chances are your trailer won't neither. So when you turn it. But yeah.
I can confirm
Good,
that's
yeah.
not true.
Well, I
Because
was going to
I've cracked the wind deflector before. in a
Was
truck 'cause
was
I've
your
jackknifed so
wind mirror
hard.
folded in, Tom? Was it already
It was
folded
not,
in?
no,
Like
no,
I
no,
might
no,
not make it
Oh,
through
right,
it.
okay. See, I've actually no, but when I
Maybe
actually
it's a
took
truck.
that trailer
It's not a
back
truck.
to where it needed to go, I dropped the trailer and forgot to put the park brake on, so everything
God.
started rolling. And I had to run as quick as my little legs would take me, and quickly, I was like just sheer panic. Quick, where's the red button? Press.
Jesus Christ.
That wiped out the truck. Yeah, amazing. But yeah, there's a new lad. We've got an 18-year-old now. He's just passed his test at our place.
God, an
he's
18-year-old
clipped a
driving a
wall.
semi truck. Fuck.
Yeah, he don't even look 18. He looks 14. But yeah, I had to comfort him the other day. I literally comforted him. He hit a wall, and I says, "Look, mate, we've all been there. It happens.
Yeah, it's a learning
It
curve,
happens.
isn't it?
Don't let it knock you. anyone can pass a test. It's actually getting the experience. That's what makes you a good driver, by getting into these shenanigans.
That is the thing, isn't it? When you do an incident like that or knock something, it really does knock your confidence. Like, what the fuck, man? It's a horrible feeling.
Most people don't even get around to getting experience because they end up losing it, crashing. They can't handle it too early in their career, so they never actually can get the experience. It's because they never got proper training, or they didn't back up enough during training, or it basically is usually down to the actual trainer / mentor or person who is educating you, and they just don't do a good enough job. And so it's just kind of not fair. It's kind of a losing battle that not many people actually survive in.
It is.
Yeah.
You touched on something there. My cousin, he had that, David. His mentor, my cousin, works for Samworths, went through from warehouse to wheels, just passed his test, but because of his instructor was so, shall we say, angry, that he literally got his license. He's gone back in the warehouse. He's not even gone on the road.
Oh, wow.
He's like, forget this, I'm not going on the road.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's shit, innit?
What I always say,
confidence. He's got it.
I don't know. He seems very shaken from the old experience. So, yeah.
It's about going to people with a certain, because like what I always do, like when there's like someone new, they've just made a mistake. I remember like there's a few people I've spoke to, and like I'll always say the same thing while I go to them, and I tell them of a mistake that I made, and said the reason why that this is a story is because one day the story that, like, what you've done today, this will be one of them stories, and you'll be sat telling some new starter this story of how you once took out this wall and you did this, and it'll be a funny story and it'll be a learning lesson, and that's how it'll be, because
that's quite a nice take on
things,
it. Actually, that's really good.
It is, because the same thing of like David with all the stories that you've got and I've got, and Chloe, all of us, we've all got stories where we've broken something, we've damaged something, we've fucked something up, 100%. And then there will be someone that will come along and be like, oh no, I've done this. Oh, fucking hell. I've done worse than that. This one time I was doing this, this, and this, and this, and then I did this. And then, because that's how it is. Everyone's always got, it's the fact is, it's a series of fuck ups, and you learn from them, don't you?
My biggest thing is driving on the freeways.
Up, there's something wrong. Go on.
Yeah. My thing is just it's not the customer that I found difficult, because eventually you'll get into the dock. There'll be people there to help you out if you absolutely need it. No, it's the actual driving through the city and navigating. That's the hardest thing, I believe it was for me.
Well, actually, that you've just reminded me something about when we were talking before, because obviously you made the switch from maps to GPS. Like, how did you find that transition? How long did it take you to trust this little device in your cab?
Not long. I had a good trust in technology. I made sure that I knew what I was doing in a way. And where there's definitely certain roads. Isn't like I didn't have a truck GPS, but again on my phone, I had a Verizon, and there was a truck option. But I took everything with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? I definitely looked at a map first. I still did everything the old school way. Just to make sure that I
followed the route.
Yeah, and it was just the main thing that I did with a GPS is just I want to know when the road is coming up that I'm going to be taking a turn at. You know what I mean? Yeah. As in like because sometimes the directions would be at the end of the off ramp, make a right hand turn, and then turn left on Alder Avenue, and like, okay, but how far away is that? You know what I mean? When is Alder Avenue?
Yeah.
You know, and you just and you're slowing down for every single one, and it's like, oh my god, there it is as you drive past it.
Yeah.
And now you got it.
Yeah.
So,
you can't commit.
So yeah, my main thing, like I never owned a truck GPS. I always went ahead and just used my Google Maps. But I didn't let Google Maps choose my directions or anything. It just was more of like an indication, and I would follow around with the directions that actually my company gave me. So that's what I did. So I just didn't want to spend $300 or $400 on it, because again, all I wanted to know is that the street was up there and I could make a turn. And sometimes I'd actually go on the street view just to see what the turn was like, and that was kind of cool, you know. So but anyway, yeah. So should we move on to Judge Chloe?
Move on to why actual Jam is here? Yeah, Judge Chloe. So I would like to say that I've not really planned this one. I think Nessa's done all the legwork and got Jammer on board with this.
Can
However,
you at least do
Jammer,
some singing though? Can you at least do like a little jingle?
No,
Well, Tom
we don't-
Tom
there's
does
no
a jingle.
for
Got a
this.
jingle,
There's
yeah.
No,
no
Tom
jingle for
does the
this.
jingle.
No,
Tom-
we
What's the
don't. There's
jingle
no
for
jingle
this
for
one?
this.
There is.
I thought we were
It's a
going to do
Factual
the
wife jingle.
Oh, shit. No, you're right. It's my bad.
No, but we forced David to make silly voices to read out the
No.
Patreon's name. Surely Tom's now being forced to do the Chloe Judge.
I thought we could do a Law and Order, in the Ted
get
film.
you
the
suited
Law and
and
Order.
booted
Yeah,
with
But then we
glasses
might
on and
get
pull the
copyright.
glasses down.
Yeah.
I am not singing
Right,
another
okay.
theme tune. You've got one out, but you're not having two.
So, Judge
barely
Chloe,
got
welcome
one.
back to Judge Chloe. There you go. So this week we've actually got Jammer on board, and Jammer, would you like to take it away with whatever you're bringing
Yes.
us?
Yeah, so it was actually quite weird actually when you guys mentioned it. I was
just
at the
quickly,
Irish Sheppy.
just very quickly, just stop. Who's defending? Am I
Oh.
defending Jammer?
Well,
Who's the
I don't think we class
prosecution?
as racist.
Yeah, are you doing David? You be prosecution. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
I'll be
so
the prosecution.
Jammer.
Yes.
At some point, I might tell you not to incriminate yourself. So just be aware.
Yeah, no worries.
And I would remind you that you are under oath.
No comment. No comment. I'm used to this, mate. It comes
You're
with the territory.
Pleading the fifth, pleading the second, pleading the first. I can't remember. I think it's the fifth. Yeah, pleading the fifth in America is where you don't have to incriminate yourself.
Sorted. I plead the fifth. So I was down obviously at Isle of Sheppey, Sheerness. For those that don't know where it is, hopefully you all know where it is.
Oh,
It's
Still don't
on the
know
way
where
to
it is.
Dover.
Is this in England?
Yeah, down the
Somewhere.
A.
Are you
M2.
driving a truck?
No, I'm driving a pushchair. Of course, I'm
Driving a
driving a
pushchair.
truck. I'm on the main. I'm on a
I thought you might have
motorway.
actually been driving a pushchair then, like in a
Come on, Chloe.
in a supermarket. I was like, yeah,
No,
I've done it
so-
with a trolley, all right?
No, so I was at Aldi tipping at Sheerness, right? And
Tipping what? What are you in now? What are you driving now?
it weren't my actual job. They just couldn't get another driver to do it, so they said to me, "Can you do an Audi job?" And I went, "Yeah, all right, I'll do it."
So it's
What's
an
an- what's an
Audi
Audi job?
So it's not like a
Aldi,
tipper.
RDC,
It's
food.
just yeah.
Food, RDC,
Aldi,
regional
Aldi.
distribution.
Aldi.
Company.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Aldi.
I kept hearing Audi.
Aldi.
Audi
Aldi.
partner. Audi partner.
AL.
Yeah.
DQ. C.
Yeah. So I went down to there, did the tip, and down there, if you ever done any deliveries down there, guys, you'll know that you use electric pump trucks kind of thing.
I think
When I
Daryl
got to
has
my
with
one-
Audi, yeah, or Lidl, yeah.
Well, mine was dead. So I'm walking
Oh,
around
no.
and I finally get one from the opposite side. And then I offload myself. Takes about 40 minutes. I've done that. And then I walk past these 4 drivers that have just tipped their loads. They've put their electric pump trucks back and they've not bothered to put them on charge. So I've gone straight up to every single one of them. And I said, it's people like you that really knock me off because we're all drivers. Where's the etiquette? Why aren't you respecting the next driver? You know, mate, I felt like, you know what I mean? I wanted to, but inside I'm thinking, when I got back in the cab, I was laughing at myself like, what a knob. Why did you have a go at them drivers? What was the point in that, mate? But I just wanted to know. When I saw the post straight after, and I thought, is that an arsehole moment? Or am I actually being
Right. So,
decent
David,
to
I'm
other
going to be
drivers?
prosecution this week, and
Oh, you want to prosecute him?
That's not a good start, Jav.
If you want to be
They both wanna
prosecution,
prosecute
No,
you.
no, no, no,
I
no,
can-
no, 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 no.
are you? Are you?
I'll let you go first because I need to try and think of a defense here. I'll be a few minutes.
Yeah. Are you the asshole? I think you're guilty of being an asshole. Yes. All right. I think everybody who's listening believes that you're an asshole. All right. Yes, I can look at you in the eyes and call you an asshole for what you did. All right. All these drivers. All right. They just want to move on with they just want to go on with their life. All right. They've probably had a hard day's work. As you know, you probably had a hard day's work yourself. And the amount of times and that they've grabbed this piece of equipment and that it wasn't charged or whatever, right? And they, you know what? And it happened to be. Hold on a second.
So I've just got one
I
question
actually don't
to-
know what the piece of equipment looks like.
No, that's
all
not.
right?
I was just one question. Who's actually in charge of charging these buggers? Is
The
it Lidl
driver.
or is it the drivers?
The driver is in charge of charging it once he's done his delivery, but
Right.
the Audi management are supposed to police it, but they're not.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Now, obviously in England, English is the spoken language there. Was it in other languages? Because a lot of people who drive trucks in England may not speak English perfectly. Am I correct in that? Where did they hire a lot of outsiders?
It doesn't matter. I think there's a lot of English people who
Allegedly.
don't speak English very, very well. So
and like, was it posted? Maybe when they picked up this electrical piece of equipment, it wasn't charged, and they didn't know they were supposed to charge it. And then they got this big angry black man comes over to them and scaring the living shit out of them. All right, accusing them of something that they didn't know they did wrong.
Objection! Did you bring race into this?
Oh, yeah, I'm not allowed to recriminate myself. I was about to recriminate. Actually, yeah, David.
What?
I don't trust you with that beard.
Oh,
He's not only sexist now.
Just go after everyone. Are there actually signs that say
There's
that
signs
you
all
must be
over,
charged?
yes. Yeah,
Are they in other
signs.
languages?
They're in all languages of the
They
people
are
that
not.
come.
Fuck
it's
off. I don't
No,
believe
it
you.
is. No, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Romanian,
actually can believe it.
Lithuanian, and English. Yeah, they are, and Polish. They're all there. I mean, I won't incriminate myself, so I'm not going to tell you what I actually said on to one of the drivers.
I'm
Please-
sorry.
please
I'm going
help me
to
out
have
here.
to.
Say.
I'm going to remind you that you are under oath, and so we need to, in order for us to actually get a proper verdict on this, you're going to have to
Actually,
explain
just 1 second. Just 1 second. Can you take your headphones off there, David, please? I need to. I need to just talk with my client in private, please.
All right,
As a defense.
I'm more than happy to do it. I can lip read.
Okay.
Not with these
Jammer.
lips.
Jammer.
Yes.
What
Yes.
did you say, mate?
Effing
did you
lazy
say?
drivers.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jammer, you fucking dickhead. You need to help me out here, son.
I said you're a lovely bunch of lads. Just be mindful to the next driver.
So what were
'cause that
you?
other
What were the exact words that you used?
What did they
to them?
say? Because all I
And then
got
what
was
did they
blah,
say
blah, blah, blah,
back?
blah. Yeah, what did they say back?
So as I walked over to them, I said, "You fucking lazy bastard drivers," right? And they all looked shocked at me, and walked off and got the paperwork and gone, left.
Jammer. Oh, Jammer. I would like that stricken from the record.
Well, mate, can I
Put your
come back
headphones back on. Yeah,
You can have
yeah.
headphones back. Yeah.
And I did do it in all
Yes? No, I
languages.
can't hear you.
No.
guys. Yeah,
Just- Right, yeah.
There we go.
We've discussed it, and my client can no longer remember what he actually said to the people. Unfortunately, the exact words. He was annoyed, and he did say to them. But beyond that, we can't. I'm unable to.
Can anybody in the chat repeat what he said?
No. We're fine. Don't look at chat. Don't look at chat.
Don't sell
It's
me
okay,
out,
it's
boys.
fine.
Don't sell me out. Don't
Don't
sell me
out.
out.
For fuck's sake.
Wife,
Don't
you're on
sell
my
me
team.
out. Snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. I
Plus,
think
never
that
trust an
my
Irish
client-
man. Don't let him know.
Okay. My end of the day here. My client was having a stressful day. The fact is, people at this place are clearly ignoring etiquette, and etiquette is a big thing. It's one of these things that we do need to look out for each other. And sometimes when people are, the reality is, saying something to these gentlemen who couldn't be bothered to do their jobs properly, hopefully that will then help out future generations of truck driver. It will inspire people to do the right thing, and that at the end of the day is what a champion of truck driving is all about. And if anything, Jammer here is a champion. He wants life to be better for all truck drivers across the world. And can you really call him an asshole for that?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow.
They're straight faced
That
as
was
well.
so
He needs-
touching. And they were like, yeah.
Mind
fuck
its
you.
own business, all right, and not accusing other drivers of doing work that they're not getting extra pay for.
It's the way
Alright.
you look like a serial killer. Yes. Yes.
Now,
Guilty.
did you call these other drivers lazy bastards?
I'm not able
No.
to say either.
So you're under oath. I'm asking you a question. Answer the question.
My
We're not
client
English.
is unable to remember exactly.
No English.
Please a fifth for that section, please.
I'll allow.
Okay, all right, okay. In my final closing, basically, I believe you are an asshole because you interrupted other people's lives when you didn't need to. If they didn't want to, if they didn't want to actually plug the equipment back in again, that's up to them. But you need to just mind your own business. All right, it didn't affect your life at all in the least. You had a working. Did you have a working electronic piece of equipment?
I did say at the start of this, Your Honour, I did not. I had to go and rescue one from the other side of the building. That cost me 5 minutes of my time because of somebody else before that left it uncharged.
Yeah, I would
Respect
like it
your
submitted into
driver to get
evidence
respect back.
that my client did lose time because someone else previously had forgotten to charge their pump truck. So this is
and these other
series.
These other drivers just they happened to leave before you, and you chased after them to tell them this, or what, were they all congregating together? Did you speak to every
down the road? Fucking you,
you know? So I'm just kind of curious as in like how this actually played out in a way, you know?
I just basically begged them. I said, please, sir, please, just put it on charge.
Gemma,
genuinely looks like he's
what
crying.
happened. It's fine.
So you're remembering this happened. You remember those
No.
words.
I'd like that stricken. My client is he's confused. He's upset. He's traumatized by the whole incident.
It can be stricken from the record. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
How would you, again, in your opinion, if somebody approached you, a big scary man like yourself, you know?
Objection. He's tiny.
He's got a point.
Are you tiny?
He's
Oh,
like
really?
4
I
foot
just-
high.
I figured
When
you're like
No.
6'5".
He's not 4 foot.
you ever wa-
How-
Everybody's
Have you
tiny
how
to you,
tall are
Tom.
you,
So
Jammer?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, have you ever watched Grandpa in Your Pocket? So when I met Tom, I was literally Grandpa in Tom's
Oh,
pocket.
you were little,
Really?
yeah. Yeah, but Tom's freakishly tall. You can't compare yourself to Tom. No one's as tall as Tom.
Objection.
I'm sorry. We all went to the fucking truck show. We come up. Me and Nessa are like coming up to your hip. You're just like
To
towering
be
above
fair, in
her.
the picture, you didn't even see Tom's head, did you? It just like
Yeah,
cut off there.
we cut off Tom's head.
Actually, I'm more pleading to the jury and the judge. Judge, whatever, to Chloe. It is not fair, basically, that you approach these men in the first place. Okay, as in like you don't know who they are. You know, you don't know what their situation is. All right, you it's like you were looking for a fight. All right.
So,
No.
Jammer, in this,
I'm done with you.
were
I'm done with you. You can get off the bench now. Okay. This is my final closing. You don't even.
Are you resting your case in the minute? Is this
He
where it's
won't.
going?
Apparently, he's
Okay.
not going to be. He's not going to be. He's not being honest with his testimony. All right. He won't give us the actual fact. Apparently, he has his memory. He gets to pick and choose what he remembers.
Choose, yeah.
Because I'm
All right, so-
dyslexic.
Yeah, because that's exactly it.
Okay.
But anyway,
is that
so-
your case
Yeah.
rested? Rest. Whatever
My
you wanna
case
call it.
rested.
Yeah, that's where you're going, isn't it?
Yeah. Basically, it's final closing.
Okay.
You
Final
know,
closing.
so final closing is that he approached
Okay.
these men and they didn't know what to expect, and maybe if he, I don't know any a better way to do it. But again, you had to go ahead and rescue your own piece of equipment. You should have left it like that and leave other drivers alone, because you don't know what's going through their lives or going through their minds. And how long would it take? Actually, we don't know the answer to this. I wasn't mentioned. How long would it take
How
for
long
this
does it take
piece
to
of equipment?
charge?
How long does it
Yeah.
take to actually go to bring it back to the charging station? Is there
2
is it
seconds because it's near the door. When you literally press the button to close the door, your charging point's right there. It takes 2 seconds to go plug.
So this is basically where you put them. Anyway. This
Okay,
is where you put
I
the
strike
jacks
that. I strike
anyway.
that from the record. I didn't need to know the answer to that. Apparently, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rest my case. Anyway, that's my only argument. There you go.
Okay, Tom.
My closing argument is, I'll be honest with you raised a good point there. What is the best way to deal with this situation? How would you best get people to do what is just the bare minimum. And a day, my client here has lost time due to people being lazy, not doing what they're supposed to do. But still, 5 minutes is still 5 minutes over the course of a day. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. It adds up. As a truck driver, you know this adds up. And then 5 minutes.
You all get paid hourly.
Yeah, but it could be the difference between you getting into the last RDC and not, and getting stuck out on the road and having spent a night out in Felixstowe, which would be basically next near a death sentence. No one wants to be there.
Please, sir, I didn't tuck my kids in bed that night because I got back too late.
Jammer, you're ruining my thing. Right,
you're not on the stand anymore.
Get off the stand. I think that the reality is this is something that did need to be said. There's obviously ways and means of saying it, but
he doesn't even remember that he said anything.
Yeah, but as my call count says, what is the best way of saying this? Sometimes you have to kind of be abrupt with people. You need to say things direct to them, because if you kind of be wishy-washy and you kind of got some
for it to actually sink in,
they won't do it. You need to say something to them, and this is something that seems to be a habit within this place. So good on him. Good on him for helping everyone there, not just himself, but everyone, and for speaking up and voicing. It's funny enough. I have a tattoo.
Is this still your closing argument?
My amnesty. This is still my closing argument. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just checking.
You're dragging it out, Tom.
Yes, because I'm trying to win here. I'm passionate about this, trying desperately. I live my life by a motto. It's better to light a candle in the dark than it is to curse the darkness. In other words, rather than sitting there and saying that this is shit, stand up and do something about it. And that's what he did today. Fight the power. Thank you. I don't know. That was the best I got at the end.
Was that a mic drop moment?
I don't know. I don't know. It was supposed to be, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? In all fairness, I am very mixed at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because
I thought it was obvious that I was going to win.
All right, okay. It depends how you want to look at it. All right. So, okay, if I'm all right. Okay, I'm gonna say you're the arsehole. However,
I genuinely thought I might have pulled that round.
No, you did do very well, but I think you were the arse for how you did it. I think Tom has got a point that there's ways around of doing it. However, I also want to know what state you were in. Were you quite pissed off at this moment, I imagine?
Were you under the influence of alcohol?
All I'm going to say is, Chloe, if you saw your truck in a state, you would kick off to the next driver. Don't lie.
That's the problem, is I'm thinking of myself here and what I would do. And if I was pissed off, I would probably go, you fucking lazy bastards.
No. So I wasn't pissed off. I was actually having a really good day. I was looking forward to the storm, Kieran, coming over.
Oh, yeah. What a storm. Did anyone actually get a storm?
Happened. No. I kept checking my Apple Watch and it said, the wind is currently 19 miles per hour. It's windy.
They're literally, right, I'm just going to go off here. Right, this storm Karen that turned up, right? They were like, oh, yeah, we're going to close the school.
Is it angry?
Sorry.
Handbags were everywhere flying around.
Did the manager get called?
And
well, you know the new Karen, don't you? It's Dave. For the men, yeah, Dave.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that is the new Karen Dave. For men.
No,
no.
You got the Karen for the woman, and now it's Dave. Yeah. And obviously, with his arguments a minute ago, trying to call me an arsehole, he's definitely a Dave. Done a Dave.
I thought it was a Dave.
It is a Ken.
I
think
it's
I think Jama might be actually making this up, and it probably will catch on because of all the millions of listeners that we have. It'll probably end up catching on.
Anyway, they made this big thing about this storm, and I got up in the morning and I had to take my child to work because the schools were closed, and I literally was driving down the dual carriageway, and there was like the leaves weren't even blowing. There was no rain. There was sunshine. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? And again, I saw a tiny bit of wind, and then it got a bit into the afternoon, and then the sun came back out again, and I was just like, where is the storm?
Better to be more prepared than not prepared. You know, they might as well
agree.
oversell it.
You know, they were obviously planning for bad. Anyway, it just, for me, it didn't happen. I know some people in Cornwall did have roofs and that. Anyway, this has nothing to do with Judge Chloe. Why are we going off on this?
I have no idea. I'm sat here baffled.
I just thought,
Sorry.
the fact that I won, I kind of like, well, let's go ahead and just jump to the next topic now before you convince yourself otherwise.
No, I genuinely, I think arsehole. However, from a different row, you wouldn't be the arsehole because it's something I would do. So there you go. You are, but you aren't.
Just for the record, I was actually in a really good mood because I got down there quick. And I was
Oh,
on
you
a boat
remember
straight
that?
away.
You remember you were in a
That's
good
you in a
mood, but you
good
don't
mood.
remember what you actually said to them.
What would you say if you're in a bad mood?
If I'm in a bad mood, do you want the truth honest?
Yes.
There would have been a headlock and he would have been in the back of the thing and I would have shut the shutter down on him and walked away.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So that's the. Okay, fair enough.
Then yes, you definitely would be an arsehole.
At that point, then, no coming back from that.
I
No-
probably
no
would have
criticism
been
back from that
very passive aggressive about it. In a way, I'd be like, or in a way, I kind of like look at him.
But once you let one person walk over you, they're going to walk over you continuously. So you've got to lay your mic. You've got to say, look, mate, that's not right. Don't do that. Respect your other drivers. Have a bit of respect, mate. Put it back on charge. Then David can walk in, and he's got a nice fully charged one. Then he's going to put it on charge.
No, I agree. It should be it should be a simple thing. As long as you say it's like 2 seconds, just to like.
I always believe leave it in the state that you'd expect to find it.
Exactly.
Is how I go with things.
But if I find one empty, then I had with all rights there just to say, you know what, I ain't going to put mine on charge. And then it
No,
just
but
gets out of
then
hand.
you would expect to, you know, if you turned up to a job and you wanted it charged, it's like that's what you would turn up expecting, and that's what the basic necessity should be, in my opinion. You know, you borrow a truck, you make sure it's in the same condition when you leave it, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same with toilets, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Well, not when it comes to
Absolutely.
Tom, no.
Hold up, you're the one with the toilet problems, Chloe, not Tom.
You're the one.
What you're talking about.
You're the one who got
Playboy
arrested
Lulu.
last week.
Yeah, lay by Lulu.
We weren't meant to talk about that, all right?
Fell over a fence as well at one time, didn't you know?
I got done for indecent exposure, all right? We don't need to go any further.
just very quickly for those people who are not aware of like that.
I wasn't
that's not
aware of
actually
that.
True.
Oh, is it not?
No, that's not true. Oh, Jammer didn't even know that wasn't true. Fucking hell, Jammer.
Sure,
You know, I listened to last week's podcast, right? Sometimes
I do
you know,
listen to things,
Yeah.
yeah, but I just
Yeah.
obviously just glossed over that because you was in the
Yeah.
basement just mumbling away to yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly what was going on. I don't know how you predicted all of this.
Right.
Fucking hell.
Shall we move on to my topic?
Yes.
Yes,
let's
please.
Do.
I
right,
have a
come on.
topic to talk about.
Is Jammer staying with us now? Or are we
Would you like to
chucking him
stay?
off?
Would you like to hang out with us for the rest of the show?
It's up to you guys. Yeah, I don't mind.
No,
staying
you
for a
can
bit.
hang out.
Mrs. is
I like
downstairs
Jammer.
watching
Yeah.
Big Brother anyway, so yeah.
Oh,
What is that still on?
I've got no friends. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
double
it's like 20
double eviction
episodes
tonight.
in. Oh my god!
Honestly, I
Tom,
cannot believe
please
that still
save us
goes.
with the
Right.
story.
Anyways, right. So, this week hasn't gone quite as well as I thought.
Has
it
any week
should have done?
Gone any? It's just. It seems. It's always something with you.
It's
every
a bit of a railway track at the
fucking
moment.
week.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster, isn't it?
No,
What
let,
now?
Let Tom speak. Let
This
Tom
week
speak
has
on
gone. This week has gone particularly bad. Obviously, so I have I left Lawson's as I planned.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted something with better hours, and I found Juicens, so I was quite happy about that. And the manager, had been trying to get me to start with him for a while. He'd like kind of really bent over backwards trying to get him to start. I was going to go away on this course down in Birmingham, truck coming over. So starting on Monday, and on Tuesday I got fired.
You got fired,
Or
or was there? Is there maybe
I got
another word
laid
for
off,
it?
or axed,
There we go.
or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Basically,
Can we just point out Tom put in the chat? He just goes,
he
"Oh,
pulled
by the
me
way,
into the
everyone,
office.
I've got fired," and that was it.
Yes.
That's all we got. And then he didn't message back for a couple of hours, and we are like, "Well, hang on a minute, what the fuck's happened here?"
Yeah,
Come on, fill us in.
I was a bit devastated. Like,
I figured you hit something.
Basically, they just
You know
put
what I
me
mean?
in No, not that bad.
You did.
But
Wait,
again,
sorry,
that's
Tom.
Anyway,
We are
yeah.
devastated for you, but just context.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like you're being ribbing me, and I honestly it hurts. It hurts. I've also seen Nessa's comment in the thing of I got fired because I was ginger. Thank you for that. That hurts. That hurts. No. So what happened was I on the Tuesday I came in to get my lunch and managed to tap me on the shoulder, brought me into the office, and the deputy manager sat there, and I was like, oh shit, something's going on. And the area manager had taken the truck off them. That's the second truck. And he did it on my second day. So I left Lawson's.
What,
at a
literally
time
your
when
truck, basically?
Work is quieter. So the truck that I was supposed to get was being taken off them. They were going down to one truck, so I'd been made redundant. Why the area manager couldn't have done this before I started or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm now in a position where I can't really go back to Lawson's yet because they have no work. And they let me go at a time when it was quieter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I am now. This happened on Tuesday. I am now fucked. I am.
How long have
truly,
Lawson's
truly
got until
fucked.
they've got a truck, potentially?
Oh no, they've got trucks.
You
They
don't
just
know.
don't have any work. They've
Yeah,
got
but
no
how
work.
long until they have work, or is it just literally quiet period?
It's
Yeah.
Can you
this
go back
is-
to IT?
when it starts
Have you
picking
tried
up
turning
again,
it off and on
will
again?
pick up again. But it's right now. I have.
So are you on unemployment right now? Are you receiving
I
money
don't know.
from the government?
I honestly do not know.
Like an agency.
At the moment, I am.
Of course.
Well, so my two options are because there's no work around here. Fuck you with
Now,
this.
obviously, there's jobs you can have tomorrow. You just won't have the job that you want in the area where you're home every day.
No. I have called every single company in this area, and everywhere has gone quiet. It's just that time of year where
Do you know what you could
obviously
do?
the keeping drivers just taking over and stuff like that. Go on.
Didn't you discover that Domino's are paying like £13 an hour?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'll be honest with you, it's looking like that actually might be
How
a
bad?
genuine option.
I've got an idea.
The options are at the moment. So I've even like it's come down to the facts of like I've even contacted Booths, my old company, and asked if Sarah, God love her, has actually started looking into trying to see what she can do to help me out.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because you did really well
and-
at them, didn't you?
I loved Booths. I was it was such good. Like Sarah's like such a good boss to work for. If you are in the Bolton area, I would highly recommend them. It's not for everyone the work, but if that's the sort of work that you like, they're a good company to work for. But it's bad right now, and what the situation is looking like is I might have to go back tramping. There's basically I feel like I've tried to make a good decision which will benefit me and Kale and make things better for us and make it so I can actually get back at a decent time. And I feel like I've done this and I will be in a worse situation than when I originally made this fucking decision. And yeah, it has.
And you can't go back to the company that you were working with last week.
Travis Perkins.
They're too quiet. They were already Lawson's. They were already.
No, but what about
it was already
Travis Perkins?
quiet. There's no jobs, Travis Perkins, on any of the branches. I have called every single firm in the area. Everywhere has gone quiet. Everywhere. It's just that time of year. It's just
it is that time
coming
of
up
year.
to Christmas. People are spending less
What
money,
about
and
Royal Mail?
it's an option.
I was just thinking time
it's
of
an
year.
option.
That's probably the one that's busy, isn't it?
It's that again, like working for Domino's is now apparently a fucking option, which is shit. And it has the thing is, and the kind
I
of
don't know if it would be that
this,
shit though. I think it'd be all right.
Now, are you delivering door to
Well,
door? Are you
Are you
delivering?
making pizza?
Yeah,
Oh,
what do you
delivering? I
You're-
don't know, but it's not.
Your
let's
one
be
issue with
honest,
Domino's
it's-
though. No, I'm just pointing out your one issue is you're too tall. So to make pizza, you'd be really bent over. It would be very awkward.
Yeah, we'll be
I've
doing
actually
it,
got a
but
great
it's
idea
more.
here for you, Tom.
Go on.
You've got a camera, you've got a mic, you're very tall. You can stay at home all day and make lots of money.
Oh, playing games.
OnlyFans?
Only for
Oh,
honestly,
OnlyFans.
I tell you right now, this is
My innocent
missus
brain
has
goes straight
jokingly
to
said.
games.
My missus has jokingly said OnlyFans a fair few times. I don't know. See, this is my kind of this originally original topic when I put it up was supposed to be like, what kind of businesses would you work for? Would you work for a large business, or would you work for like smaller businesses, like you know, like
I've done both.
family-run businesses? I'll
Yeah,
be
I've
honest
done
with you. Travis Perkins, I would work for again. I like to work for Travis Perkins.
They were a small
They're
company.
quite big, aren't they?
No.
They're quite
Travis
big.
Perkins is massive. It's massive.
Okay.
It's a
Huge.
national company.
Yeah, it's like everywhere.
I'll be honest with you. This is kind of put me off working for a big company again, because this was done. Like, this wasn't the manager that's done this, but the branch manager.
This was just someone above him.
This
yeah.
was someone above who didn't give a shit and has just looked at a piece of paper and has made a decision without giving a fuck about how this has affected. I mean, in
Yeah.
fairness to him, so this is Justin's in Workington, and in fairness to him, the manager has actively been trying to get me, like, find me some other work. He's messaged me a bunch
That's
of
bloody
times.
good
He's
of him.
actually, like, you know, there's been a few
He's
things that he's
genuinely
actually done to try and
devastated
help
this
me
has
out.
happened, yeah.
He like, the guy, he looked like he was, you know, he was devastated. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't him. I don't blame him in the slightest. But it was this thing of people on the top level make these decisions with no regard to the people that are actually living their lives. They look at a piece of paper and they say this piece of paper doesn't have an extra zero on it. Oh, well, these people here can go. No.
And just
no
the number
care,
at the end of the
no-
day and those sort of
Yeah.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is when you work in a place like that. I mean, in fairness to him, I went to go see Raymond at Lawson's, and I said to him, and he was making phone calls for me. He was trying to do what he could, and like, end of the day, if he's got no work for me, he's got no work for me. He can't pay me to just stand around.
Yeah.
would be nice.
I understand that, but the reality
know,
is,
right?
and like when I went to go and see him, like, the fact is, I fucked this up. I've made this mistake. I've got myself into this situation. It's up for me to get myself out of it, not him. But the fact is, he's actually tried.
Is this a small
again-
company or a large company?
So Lawson's is a
No,
small company. It's
Lawson's
like
is okay, and that's the
Lawson's.
guys.
But
These are the guys you were
Justin's
just
was
working
big.
with.
Justin's is part of Spark, which is the largest builders merchants in Europe.
Yeah. It's quite big.
It's huge. It's huge. It's bigger than Travis Perkins.
As a tipper, you'll be a tipper again, is it?
So Justin's was
The company
builders merchant.
your
So-
last employer.
Yeah, the one that's employed me and then let me go, or the one previous. to that.
Justin's. All right, and they were. What were you delivering? What were you doing?
Like bulk bags and packs of blocks and shit like that to, like, home customers and building sites.
So
That's
it's a
the
dry.
idea of-
It's a van. It's a box van. It's not.
No,
you're not
it's,
tipping.
No, it's like a little
It's a
flatbed thing,
grab.
isn't it?
It's a grab truck, basically. It
Yeah.
has like a crane on the back of it with a
Gotcha.
brick grab, and it'll kind of feed off the side and do all of that. And basically, it's high-ab work. That's what I enjoy
Yeah.
doing. I like doing high-ab work.
Okay.
So
It's a question of why do you keep telling us that you fucked up? You've not fucked up. You thought you was doing the right thing. Jusons are the one that's employed you when they
Yeah,
shouldn't have. They should have
Jamal's got
looked
a
at
point.
their intake first and their payroll first before even employing. So why are they advertising if they can't afford to take somebody on? So
Plus,
no, you
this is
haven't fucked
completely
up,
out of the
Tom.
blue. This is not
This
like,
isn't on
oh,
you,
what
mate.
happens if that happens? Yeah, this is.
I'll be honest with you. If I'd done a little bit of digging, there were a few red flags at the branch
that you ignored.
It's that I didn't do my research. If I'd gone around and I kind of looked and maybe asked and stuff like that, it's a branch where basically there's the big one is Travis Perkins. They're massive. They do more. They do more profit than any of the other ones in the area, like by a huge distance. And Dewson's is really struggling. You can tell that. And the manager there, he is doing his fucking best. Like, he is in the trenches trying to do what he can, but he's got it all going against him. And I think I should have done a little bit more research, checked into it before I made a decision. But
yeah, but look at the repercussions. It's on you. You're now feeling really bad about your mental health. You was trying to do the right thing to spend more time at home with your missus. This is affecting you in a big way, mate, and it's not right to see you like this.
I'll be honest with you. This is, this week I was fairly low, like a few times. Yeah.
Can you buy your own semi truck and get and pick and choose your own work, and that'll keep you home every day?
No, it just won't be possible around here.
No,
It's not just that easy though. It's quite.
Yeah.
Get a loan for a truck.
You need money.
You can
You
rent
need a
one,
lot of
but that's
money.
even expensive.
Yeah. There's a lot to it.
If you did have a truck, not saying I'm giving you a truck or anything, but if you all of a sudden had a
Why
truck
not?
all paid out, can you do that over there? Can you just pick and choose your own work where you're home every single day?
Yeah, you got websites, haven't you? You got backall.com and stuff like that. You can make your own loads quite easily. But because I looked into it before I went back to where I've gone back to, I was going to rent out a truck and a trailer. But the fuel alone, David, it will just eat your profits. There's not a lot of money in logistics. There really isn't. Like most of these companies I speak to, when I was in the pallet network, they're barely making money to keep them afloat. They're getting pennies for the pallets. And when you put in high fuel prices at the moment, the wages are having to go up because of obviously the regional purposes and cost of living. Before you know it, you're no longer making that profit. It's a hard business to get into, and it's really sad that. I mean, I've even spoke to you and I this week, Tom, about coming down to me. I'll get you a job tomorrow, but it's too far away from his family members, and he needs to be close to his kids. So.
Just in the chat, a couple of people have said, just looking on Indeed, so Carlisle's an hour away. The point was I wanted to be back home in Workington every single day. Someone said, fucking why is your name that? Masturbates. Thank you for making me say that. Has said, have you tried A.W. Jenkinson's? Yeah, I could go back to AW. If I'm honest with you, I'd probably go to Bulmer's. They have called me a few times. They have definitely wanted me to go back, so I'll go to them. So if I want to do
where are they based?
They're Penrith. But then the problem is that's tramping.
But then that's tramping, which is not what you
which
want.
I categorically do not want to do. The reality is, me and Kale, we don't know anyone up here, and it would mean leaving.
Yeah, she'd be on her own.
Me leaving her here on her.
Can you move somewhere where you do know people?
Well,
where it's closer to other work?
The thing is, we love the area. The area is very, very well priced. It's very, very cheap. But we've got the Lake District, 15 minutes one direction. We've got the sea, like 10 minutes the other direction. It is such
Beggars
a nice
can't
place.
be choosers.
Work on the waltzers then at the beach, Tom.
But,
Work on the waltzers on the beach. You could be one of them fairground guys doing candy floss and chips and hot
That'd be a great job.
It would. I'd love to work on the fair.
I mean, that would require money to go and move and do all of that stuff, which is just not. Because at the end of the day,
you've just upped and moved as well. It's not cheap.
After, like in the new year, when people are placed to hiring again, I know I can kind of enact this long-term plan where I can get a job where I am working, like, I can kind of be back at a certain time. I know there are jobs in the area like that, just not right now. Everywhere's quiet. That's the issue. It's kind of more of a short-term problem. That's where the main thing is. Like, I don't know, there are a bunch of places around here that I could go and work, and I could get half decent hours. I can make it all work, but fuck me right now. Yeah, it was just a bad time to pull the
Just
trigger
shit.
on it,
Yeah.
and.
Do you have any bottling
It'll come
places
good,
up
you'll
there?
be alright.
Like water places? Like bottled water?
No, there's Amcor that does like packaging and stuff like that. But I've thought about forklifts, all sorts. Right now I am in panic mode and I'm in desperation to try and get something, anything. Fuck me.
Well,
Yeah.
If anyone is watching this, please do get in touch with Tom.
If you've got a job,
Are listening.
for fuck's sake.
We have way
I won't
more
crash your
listeners
truck,
than we
I
do
swear.
watchers.
Yeah. Just get
listening, yeah,
Uber.
it's true, actually,
Try
yeah.
Uber. Sign up to Uber as well, Tom. In the local area, I imagine. Might work well.
Yeah.
I don't know if Uber really works around here.
Just
not-
Eat's meant to be quite good to work
Just
for. Do things
It's just the
for.
money they
Make some
take
money.
off you. My
Yeah.
friend's an Uber taxi driver, and say if you get like a £10 fee, the taxi driver
Yeah.
who owns the car puts the fuel in, he only gets £4 for that journey. That's really bad, isn't it? Uber actually takes £6 off him.
Ugh,
Really?
so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a guy, he's from
Wow.
Iran. I go to the gym with him and he's
Where's she run to?
he does local to us, like around the Midlands and that lot.
No, I got that.
Oh,
joke.
you prat. That is such a racist joke, Tom.
What?
That's really bad.
Oh,
He
where's
said
you?
Iran. Where's he run to?
And you wonder why you ain't got a job.
Yeah, because your comedy. Yes.
Honestly,
Because that's
fair,
his leading
fair.
line when he goes in. Hey, give me a job, and you're like, you twat.
But I do
A
like what
male
Trucker
gigolo.
Joe
Yeah,
said.
there you go.
Donkey rides with Tom. I can just see
Do you know
that,
what? I
to be
did
fair.
see that. I saw that, and I was having a giggle, but Tom
Brilliant.
got really
Male
serious for a
gigolo
minute
from the
that I didn't
movie
bring up.
I don't know. It's one of these things where for future I am not going to be working for big companies again. This is.
I personally,
just put me off.
I wouldn't
I
judge all
liked-
big companies like that, though. I think some of them are good.
Yeah, some are
the
alright.
advantage of a
I'd-
big company
gotta
is
be
that when you
lucky,
want
haven't
time
you?
off, you have drivers that can cover you. When
Yeah.
when you work for a small company, it's very hard to get time off, especially if you got the contracts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because
And you
I've
become very
I've worked for
family
I've worked for both. Now, I just love that. You know, the longer you're with a company, the more leeway they give you. Like if you want to take a month off, they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they're like, yeah, you're no more than 2 weeks. All right, but I was always able to, work my hardest throughout the year, not take any time off whatsoever. I'll work every single holiday. I don't care. I
You
just
mean
like
the fact
I
that
like
you
big
don't work in a
holidays.
whole year?
Before.
Okay.
No, but you're
Yeah.
right.
No,
though.
no. I at first I could only take 2 weeks, but now I take all year round.
Well, actually, technically, you're actually not wrong. You're literally exactly right. Because I do take the entire year off, and I still don't get, not fired, but you know what I mean. I was like, yeah, you can no longer work for us.
Do you still get holiday, David?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know because you're on the books technically.
Yeah.
If you work certain things in England, you get like 28 days holiday and that. Or is
No,
that what we've
I get,
got
I
at
get,
work?
I get no vacation when you're on a. What's it called? I can't remember what my position's name is called. Where I'm a casual
Self-employed
driver.
sort of thing.
When
yeah.
you're a casual driver, where you work whenever you want to work,
You're like on a 0-hour contract sort of thing.
yeah. There's no benefits whatsoever. There's no vacation pay. There's none of that kind of thing. You just get to work whenever you want to work.
It's not
as long
really
as-
a big thing out there, is it? Vacation pay.
Is it not?
It is and it isn't. Depends who you're working for. Again, most companies in America, they want to pay you the least amount to keep you there. All right, and there's been like there's this one company. I think he owns a credit card company, and he basically said to all his employees that, okay, I'm going to be giving you 70 grand a year. Everyone, minimum wage is 70 grand a year. All right, in order to do that, he had to take a huge pay cut himself. So while he was making like $1 million, now he's only making $70,000 a year himself. And what happened was he actually made the news and everything. And all the financial geniuses out there, Rush Limbaugh and whatever, again, whoever had a voice were basically saying, all right, they need to use this as an example of what not to do. Because I guarantee this company is going to go down and all that. And everybody was saying that. This is like the worst thing you could possibly do, blah, blah, blah. And the opposite happened. It thrived. The company is doing fantastically. His employees are so happy. And everything, and it's just it was just sad that people have the big companies do this, and they still won't even acknowledge the fact that they were wrong in saying that what he was doing was wrong. But even though that he proved them wrong, and the company ended up making 3 times much more money than it did 6 years ago, and it's just that most companies, big companies, just want to basically pay you the least amount of money to maximize the profits for the big dogs up on top, the CEOs and the CFOs and all that kind of stuff. And it is sad, it is sad. And I do have a company, and my goal is to pay as much as possible, just so I have an okay life. Right now I only have one guy. He's not even an employee; he's an outside contractor. But my goal is to give him as much money as possible, so he stays, because I can't really afford for him to leave, because he basically runs my company.
So can you employ Tom? Can you give a Tom job?
Tom doesn't want to. I've asked Tom.
Job.
I've asked Tom before. He won't do it. So I
will now. Holy shit!
Will now. Yes,
But
as we just said a minute ago, beggars cannot be choosers. I don't know. It is
Become a truck
dog
trainer.
shit.
Teach people how to drive them.
Is there many?
Honestly,
Is there many of them out there in your area? Because that's what his problem is.
There is a truck training place, but I think a long-term plan, that actually would be something I'd like to do. But again, these are all long-term plans. These are all things that are down the line, all things that would be nice. But they're in there right here, right now.
Something,
Basically, what I'm worried about is Christmas.
Yeah.
And will I have enough money to buy presents for the kids and shit like that? That's where my current worry is right now.
I'm sure your family will understand though, Tom.
Well, yeah, but
It's hard when they're little, though, isn't it?
yeah,
And younger.
Just give them a Satsuma with a candle in it. That's what I used to get.
they don't like Satsumas.
No matter, I didn't like them neither.
I remember getting a Christmas stocking and then my mum and dad filling it with like 20 Satsumas and just random little things.
Yeah.
So if anybody listening, there's a GoFundMe for Save Tom's Christmas. So you can donate there, and that way Tom can buy Christmas presents. I wonder how much we'd get.
Please. No. That's not that.
Actually, set it up just to see if it works.
Set up an Amazon wish list, Tom, and just put it up and just see if people would do it. Just say, I want this for my child. Just do it. Go on. You never know.
Save Tom's Christmas. There we go.
Save Tom's Christmas.
I don't know. It's by the way, that's not an actual thing. Don't look.
Would you give it? It will be. Can you give us all a personal message to the people that donate as well? I think you should do it and actually do a personal
donations.
message.
There are no donations.
Tom, do that. You know that.
But you've
got to
be in an
website where
apron.
famous people do. They pay for
is it
where
Cameo?
they do a talk. Yeah, Cameo. Just do a Cameo.
Oh wow, that's right.
Just do
Cameo.
it. Just do it.
But you have to do it in just a apron, but nothing on. So when you turn around and see your arse
We
cheeks.
should use Cameo, not a
OnlyFans.
the other one. OnlyFans.
You know what? Being tall, there people could have a fetish of tall things. So you could put like a camera on your head
Yeah.
and walk
Some
around
or
with a
foot
view
fetish.
from
What
what
size
you've got.
6?
Yeah.
I'm sure that is a thing.
What size have you got?
You could go on
16.
TikTok.
There you go, size 16,
You
mate.
can go on
I'm telling you,
TikTok
mate.
and do those NPC lives where
Ice cream.
Yeah, there we go. Seriously, like a lot of people, they just do it. They're like, okay, yeah, it is ridiculing, but hey, I get to make my rent now because of people, So
Here's a quite good idea, Tom. Get hold of some hot tubs and then rent them out. Because it's getting colder up in your neck of the woods.
That's great.
Oh.
I would
But you
need
need the
money
money
to
to
get a
fund
hot
it.
tub.
Get 'em
the
on a
thing
loan.
is, all the ideas so far have been like, why don't you move house? That's very expensive. Like real expensive. And yeah, it's the problem is there's no fucking. It's just a really shit time of the year, and I'm just basically. All I'm doing now is hoping to fuck someone gets fired for something somewhere close by, and I can take that bastard's job.
you're hoping for another.
So basically, what you're saying is, watch out for Tom on the road. He's going to start ramming towards lorries, be like, "Get your fucking ass fired, dickhead!" And then like ringing
What
up the
if-
company.
What if I got my missus to like call in complaints about truck drivers, and I'll call in about 20 minutes later, and I can the next day, hoping that they've got fired, and I can have their job.
So she's being wolf called out the window.
Right,
She finds
yeah.
it very
Yeah, she was.
That'd be you though. You go in for training, and this guy's training you. Oh yeah, I got fired. I've got to leave at the end of the month. You'd be like, sorry, shit. Some dickhead phoned up and
Sucks to
whinged
be
about
you.
me.
I don't know.
Tom's actually going to do this. You do realise?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm sure. I know it'll work out in the end, but it's stressful. It is.
It
super,
will do.
super
You
stressful.
might come along
Yeah.
to Monday and you suddenly find that loads of people have like suddenly moved on, or you've got.
Oh
a
no,
job,
no. What will happen? Because I know what will happen. Because this always fucking happens. Whenever something like this, I will sweat, and I bet it'll be like mid next week. I'll finally get something, and then the second that I get something, I accept it. Everywhere
something
else will start calling me and be like,
Yeah.
oh, we've got a job available for you now. We've got a job available for you now. Because that's how it'll
Yeah.
fucking work. Because that's absolutely how it'll fucking work. God damn it.
It does work like that
Yeah.
as well.
It all comes in
Yeah.
threes and that, doesn't it? Yeah.
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 It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
All
That
right.
was my topic.
So I think we've come to the end of the show, and this is basically where I ridicule myself in trying to do really stupid impersonations
you
on
do.
thanking
What
all of
voice
our
are we
mega
doing?
supporters in our Patreons. And so what am I going to do? Oh, for fuck's sake.
What did you do last week?
I did an American accent that was ridiculously stupid, and I hated myself
okay.
for it.
Who chose it? Did Jammer choose it? Has Jammer chosen one? yet?
Somebody, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
Hold
It
on.
was what is this going on here? We don't know what we're looking at. Recovery.
Jammer's looking for jobs. He's actively looking for jobs for Tom.
Oh my god. Let's
That's
do that another
recovery
time.
Oh, this is after the show.
I want to
All
say
right.
this Christmas.
You're trying to save
Oh,
us Christmas.
Hank
Oh, you're so
from
good.
King of the Hill. Which
Oh,
was
wait,
Hank?
that's
Is
right.
he the main
That's
guy?
like where he sells propane accessories. Well, this is you know the one. He's a hey
Yeah, that's
What is
it.
hey everybody.
Go on.
You know, I like my name was it? Oh fuck! If I could just hear him right now, I could probably. I can't think of it right now. But
Come on,
what else?
you
So we
can
got
do
that's just the long one to live. I like my name is was it Hank Hill. I work for what is the name of the company too? I like propane accessories. But it's terrible. I'm not even gonna do it because it's so fucking terrible.
So bad.
It is so
bad.
I can't, but I have to hear. I can't fucking think of it. I can picture it in my head. I can picture him talking. Like I know what you know what I mean. Or how about his neighbor? I'm like, oh damn man, I want to talk about you got Joe Brown there. It's an active veteran. You know, you got you know where you can't drown stand on your word that they're talking about now. Yeah, you got that guy. I can't remember what his name is, but he's kind of a
I'm
funny.
lost.
Yeah, you know, in King of the Hill, one of the main, well, I wouldn't say one of the main characters, recurring characters is a guy you can't understand a word he says. He just kind of mutters. He's got such a strong Southern accent. Whereas the guy, you know, what I'm talking about now. No, you gotta go over
When
there.
you do Gerald
I was just
Gerald?
thinking, dude, Ned Flanders. I reckon
from
he'd be a
Gerald
good
from
Ned
Clarkson's
Flanders.
Farm.
Oh my god, that's basically the same thing, Gerald. Yeah, basically exactly the exact same thing. Where you can't understand a word, just you can pick up words once in a while. Like I've watched that show with the subtitles on, and then they're like, no, we're not even going to attempt that one. And then once in a while, but
Just a
Like the
jumble
guy
of
at
words.
Police Academy, isn't it? The Police Academy guy. Going,
what was his name?
Come on
His
in.
name
Right.
was
What
Jones.
voice are you doing?
I don't
what
know.
voice are you
Let's just do.
do Ned Flanders.
Nah, fuck it. Let's do some stupid fucking one.
Go on then. Do some stupid fucking
All right.
one. Do it.
All right, so anybody who sounds in a stupid voice is an extra thank you because you're a mega supporter where you guys support more than the average, and which I am very grateful for everybody who does support regardless of what you do give. This is just your extra bonus. All right,
Trucker Joe just came in with Cartman.
Cartman.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
I'm this big band.
All right. Anyway,
Maybe
Oh,
Jammer
wow.
should do it.
that's right. Do you want the list, Jama?
David is desperately trying to get out of doing this.
So
list.
Come on,
Okay.
David. Let's just do it. Come on. We can believe in you.
Let's do John Brown,
Trucker Joe, Nathan Holiday,
Phil Starkey, Jack Goodwin,
Matthew Frodwick, Trucker Soud, Big Mike,
Dan M,
Hemorrhoid Rager.
Miller and Justin Rainey. Ginger Murder Trucker.
Gavin Williams.
Daniel Smee. Stephen Patterson. Chris Ragg.
Work Love Play. Charlie Conahan.
I
can't fucking do it.
Here's your job. Me all. Truckers. Joe Rodwell.
Neil Reitz.
Trucker Colin. And last but not least, we have Trucker Marty.
What the fuck is that accent?
That's what you fucking get, you fucking
It's
pricks.
like we gave you so many options and you just
I
went
didn't
to
have a
say
clue.
something
It was just
random.
it was basically an American would just
It was an inbred American. Is
an
that what that
inbred
was?
American. There we go. Inbred American. All right. So that's what you
Right.
fucking get.
That's what you
But anyway,
fucking get when you're a Patreon. Right.
Can you do
Yeah.
Borat next week for us, please?
you do Borat. Borat, Boatman.
Borat.
Mix, my sister, she #1 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan.
What the actual fuck accent was that?
That was his attempt of Borat. I'm
Wasn't.
sorry.
Borat.
That was what's
Don't lie.
What?
It's
No, it
good.
wasn't. It was.
What's the-
Why
Trying to
we?
think of
Why
the
do we just
other-
get onto weird accents and trying
Because
to do
you
weird
guys
voices?
No,
make me
no.
do some weird, stupid voice every fucking week.
That
All right,
voice
and
was
this is-
funny though, David. I've got
Right,
to admit.
I
That was
think
brilliant.
I think David's gone. Tom's gone. Tom looks lost and
Yeah.
he's in the
No,
bushes.
I was trying to think of it. Who it sounded like, and I was trying to think what he was bloody in. It was fucking. I think he's
Yeah.
in Weapon of Choice. I can't think what the fucking actor's called.
The weapon of
Um,
choice.
Spence.
Remember what you
suspense
guys made me
right
do
now.
with Mr. Meeseeks? By the way, that was a terrible.
so good.
It was terrible. It doesn't sound anything like Mr. Meeseeks, guys.
I didn't care. It was just
didn't.
funny.
Oh my god,
I'm
it was
Mr.
so bad.
Mrs.
Christopher
Follow me.
Walken. That's who it sounded like.
No,
I
there was,
can't even
there's
do
a
it.
little bit of a graspy sound to it, like
Oh, me.
there's, there really is a
That
bit
was,
of.
that was very good.
I'm sorry.
That's actually quite good.
You know,
That's really.
I'm
That's
Mr.
actually
Meeseeks. Look at me.
He's put some
that's
practice in since.
genuinely really good. That one.
as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, there's a graspiness to it. Okay, there we go. And you gotta like,
Really try.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to retry next weekend with Mr. Mises. Then that's next weekend. You got time to practice, David. All right.
fair enough, fair enough.
Oh no,
Oh my
David
God.
could do the
Okay.
best.
Well,
Go on, David. Let's hear it.
It is quite good.
Hey, there's no need. Where's Pluto?
Right. Okay.
We're done.
Fuck me. Let's. Right.
Come on, let's cut this fucking
we
show
all
down.
sound off
Right.
our heads. This is the end of the podcast, and we've all just
Yeah, yeah.
lost it.
Just point out, it's nearly 11 o'clock at night. So that's the reason why.
Oh yeah.
If you would like to support us on Patreon, you can be part of the chat. We've got pre-show, we've got after show, we've got all sorts of extra little bonuses, stuff like that. You get access to David's game. You get access to the
Crazy
Discord,
shout
so you
out.
can come on and chat with us during the week. Lots and lots and lots of things. You can also go to summonslap.com. Thank you very much, Jammer, for advertising at the very beginning. And get t-shirts and hoodies and all sorts of lovely things. But I think for this week, I think we'll end it. And thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how is it you got this far? But we shall see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.